What is up, guys? I am back with What If Naruto is Neglected. Now, honestly, guys, this is like a test since my friend said Shimrai, he did a What If like this, bro. His video blew up, so I'm just testing to see if this is right. So I might only do a part one of this, but if it really does good, I'll do part two. Um, but how the story will go is basically in this timeline, Naruto will get get the yin side instead of the yang. So that means he gets like the one that Minato has, and Minato gets the one that Naruto had. So yeah, basically because I kind of just want to get him some power early on. We need some power up early on, but you know what I mean. But basically, when Naruto's growing up, honestly, his parents would still die, and he doesn't have any siblings. But he would just pretty much get more um, ostracized by the village, I guess, and just more overall mistreated. But yeah, with stuff like, oh, he would get like way overpriced, bro. Broski's paying like $50 for a cup of ramen. I was like, yeah, no way. Or something like that, or like $70 for a bag of chips. I actually don't know the currency in yang, but let's just say like 3 billion yang is only like $100,000. Let's just say that there's like a lot of inflation there. But back to the what if. Naruto would be growing up, basically eating the beatings of the villagers and the ninja, I guess, until he was 8 years old. And one day it was his birthday, and this was the day that they had the quote unquote fox hunt. But yeah, let's just say he got folded on that day. Like he was just folded like a piece of paper. Might as well get that piece of paper, fold it. Yeah, that's how Naruto got folded by these villagers. He basically be getting like brutalized when bro Itachi would pull up. That's why I have Itachi in the thumbnail. Yeah, I'm not doing it just to point at you. No, it's for a reason. Um, but Itachi would definitely pull up, and honestly, Naruto and Itachi would basically like head out the village. Yeah. Um, basically, Naruto and Itachi would train Naruto because Naruto would like beg him to train him, like beg him pretty much. Like Itachi would agree basically, and for the next 5 years, Naruto would just be trained by Itachi in stuff like swordsmanship, in taijutsu, and even got the Shisui Sharingan. And I think honestly, since if Itachi was gonna give the Sharingan to Naruto in Shippuden, then I don't see why he couldn't do it earlier now. Since Shisui is like the left, Naruto would pretty much just wear an eye patch pretty much over that, and pretty much say it was like an injury, something like that. After this, Naruto would basically, after all these years of training with Itachi, would say his farewells to Itachi before Itachi would head to the Akatsuki hideout to basically join them. And yeah, Naruto would head into the Leaf Village, basically being stopped by the two guards. And honestly, Naruto would just tell the two guards he's Naruto Uzumaki. They would recognize Naruto, and like Broski is like around almost like 6 foot, so like of course they wouldn't recognize him. After this, they'd let him in, and Naruto would head to the Hokage's office since to show he's there, and Naruto would head in and say, "Hey, old man." Hiruzen would pretty much be on guard, thinking this was an intruder or something like that. But then would say, only one person calls me old man, and then yep, and then Naruto would reply saying, yeah, it's Naruto, Naruto Uzumaki. Oh, basically, Naruto would basically just have a reunion with Hiruzen since, yeah, since I don't see why that's not happening. And honestly, like it would definitely happen if Naruto like left the village or something like that. But here's what I tell him: tomorrow is the graduation for the ninja, like to become a ninja. Like the exams already happened, but he knows that he can sense Naruto's chakra and knows that he's actually strong enough for that to happen. But basically, Naruto would just nod and tell you reason that he's gonna be a ninja or something like that, or he's gonna be Hokage, something along the lines of that. After this, Naruto would basically head out the Hokage's office before heading to his new home that Hiruzen just gave him the keys for. So yeah, since Naruto disappeared and Hiruzen correlated out, maybe if he had a better house, he would have been fine. So Hiruzen would have gotten him like a pretty good house, like two floors and 5 rooms. Honestly, I think 5 rooms is pretty good, but it's pretty generous. But Naruto would open the key and open the house to see his like old stuff that were in his old apartment, but basically in the new one, but just better overall. He would then walk to the like closet, and he would honestly just see the drip. He would see like his the fourth Hokage's like cloak, and honestly, he was in the den on purpose. Uh, you know, but yeah, honestly, it's just the drip is in there. That's all you need to know. After that, Naruto would basically just spend the rest of the day training and eating ramen since he hasn't eaten that in around 5 years. After this, Naruto would then basically just talk with Kurama since it's the yin form, so it's like a more friendly version that doesn't have all the hates inside of him. But after this, basically Naruto would wake up the next day, and after his long night of training, his chakra control with Kurama, trying to get this new technique that Kurama was gonna give him, like to a like dotting the T's and crossing the I's and dotting the T's. I think I got that right. Maybe it's the other way around. But Naruto would basically pull on the drip and head out. Naruto would then head to the academy before sliding open that door. Like sliding open. Since it's not like an actual door like you open like normally. It's like I guess a Japanese style. And, I just slide it to the left. Um, Naruto then walk. Naruto would then walk in and basically sit down, getting ready for class. And Naruto would see this guy, kind of look like Itachi, and he would accidentally say Itachi. Sasuke would then look up and pretty much kind of get angry since nobody likes to bring him up. Sasuke would then grab his shirt, and say, why are you mentioning that name? And Naruto would put his hands up in like a friendly motion, saying, he just looked familiar to Itachi. After this, Sasuke would just, kind of like lay off and basically go back to his seat. After this, Naruto would just sit in a random seat and prepare to see the fangirls like come in. Since I don't know why there's a lot of fangirls in Naruto, but as my friend Rogex would say, it is what it is. But other than that, yeah, back to the what if. Naruto could see Sasuke literally visibly flinch, and so he would just like quickly body flicker to the seat next to them, which kind of annoyed the quote unquote fangirls. I don't even know why they're fangirls. Don't even ask. Okay, just ask Kishimoto. Okay, that's all you need to know. Just ask Kishimoto. If you see something in Naruto and you don't like it, just ask Kishimoto. That's the key to everything. Ask Kishimoto. Nah, just kidding. But basically, Yuriko would come in and use like, basically turn, his head would turn like really big and would yell out. Like, honestly, I don't understand that. I don't understand how he did that. The animators are too goated. But basically, Yuriko would come in and basically announce the teams, being Team 7, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. Since Naruto wasn't there to take any tests, any assessments to see his skill, then it's only assumed that he's a quote unquote dead last, which makes everyone underestimate him. But they will soon know he's not weak, I guess. After this, Naruto would basically just my bad there. Naruto would basically just be waiting for 4 hours after eating their lunch, since Iruko said there's like a lunch break, and then they would wait for their team senseis. After this, he would then see Kurina and Asuma quickly get their teams or something like that, just pick up their teams, and they would be waiting, and more waiting. After this, after around 2 hours or 3 hours, uh, there would be Kakashi would there would be a shadow at the door, and the door would open, revealing a man with anti-gravity gray hair or silver hair, and in a headband over his left arm. Naruto recognizing that this person has a Sharingan, and recognizing this person is Kakashi Hatake, copy ninja of the leaf, I guess. After this, Kakashi would say, Team 7, you're bored. You're boring, pretty much. After this, he would tell them to meet him on the roof. Basically, Naruto would then just body flicker when he sees Sasuke and Sakura disappear into the room where the stairs are, and he would body flicker to the roof of the building or the academy. And Kakashi said that he wasn't that boring, since you see he has some potential at least. After this, Naruto would then just nod, since he doesn't really want to talk yet. What's the point? I mean, he doesn't want to waste his time talking over civil things, I guess. Um, After this, Sasuke and Sakura would come upstairs and see Naruto there, and they're wondering how he got in front of him. They knew for a fact that he was still in the room when they were halfway up the stairs. But Kakashi would quickly dismiss their thoughts and um, basically tell them to sit down yeah. They would then sit down, and Kakashi would explain to to introduce themselves. Sakura would say, "Can you give us an example?" Kakashi would say, "My name is Kakashi Hatsuke. My likes, none of your concern. My dislikes, none of your concern. My goal, I don't really have one. Now it's your turn." After this, everyone would sweat drop, thinking that he only told them their name. After this, Naruto would basically hear Sasuke and Sakura's goals, being fangirl and killing Itachi. Naruto would clench a fist, but he would just let it go. After this, Kakashi would then tell Naruto to ask him about his goal. Naruto would say that he actually wants to be the Hokage, and his likes are ramen, but his dislikes are people who are too focused on revenge. He doesn't like people like that, only basing their ideals on killing people. After this, Kakashi would hear this and think of Obito, something like that, and he would then tell them to meet him tomorrow, 8 a.m. And I suggest you don't eat food or you'll throw up. that was funny, but other than that, we're gonna go to the next day, to the bell test. Naruto would then wake up, and basically he would head out around 10 a.m. And then after this, Naruto. Man, but Naruto would basically just head to the academy, and yeah, not to the academy. What am I saying? I got distracted since today's the last day of school for me, so I was like, I'm too excited. But Naruto would then head to the training grounds where it would see Sasuke and Sakura, and he would hand them 2 bentos. Sakura would say, "Well, didn't Kakashi Sensei say we can't eat anything?" Naruto would say, "Should. That's a suggestion, so go ahead." And he looks like to be late, just like yesterday. After this, they would quickly just start eating and finish up. And around 30 minutes later, Kakashi would pull up, and basically, yeah, the bell test would start with Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would be dipping out into the trees. Naruto would body flicker to Sasuke and say, "Hey, um, you think we should work together?" Sasuke would scoff and say, "No, I can get him alone. I can like beat him alone." I would just say, if Kakashi is weaker than Itachi, and Itachi beats you, how do you expect to beat Kakashi and beat Itachi? After this, Sasuke would have to uh, agree with his logic. Uh, but they would find Sakura, and you know, she wouldn't really say anything like against teaming up since it's Sasuke. After this, Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura would basically just team up against Kakashi with Sasuke using a fireball jutsu and Naruto using Wind Style Great Breakthrough, making the fireball the size of a majestic destroyer flame. After this, Sakura would just throw a bunch of kunais, covering them in flame. Like the flames would cover the kunai, basically enhancing the kunai and shuriken. Some scratching Kakashi's cheek, like his face cheek, and his like right arm and left arm, basically, yeah, giving it a few cuts and bruises. After this, Naruto would basically body flicker, like behind Kakashi, and have Sasuke use another fireball jutsu, causing Kakashi to like back up and use a mud wall. After this, Naruto would basically slam his hand on Kakashi's face, slamming him against his own mud wall before getting the bells and throwing them to Sasuke and Sakura. But basically, after that, that would be the end of the bell test, and yeah, that'd be pretty much it. uh, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would pass and become Genin, and the 1 month of missions would just start with them just training and doing useless D rank missions that they only need for the money. The money, the dough. Just kidding though. After this, they would head to the Hokage's office after 1 month of doing D rank missions. Maybe they could get a higher rank mission. They would then head to the office and basically ask for a higher rank mission. And Hiruzen would say, looking at their power and how they beat Kakashi, he would say, yeah. And after this, Tazuna would walk in. Says, you guys look weak. Naruto would uh, then use his killer intent to kind of scare Tazuna. And this is where I'll leave it off of part 1 of What If Naruto Was Neglected. And yeah, honestly, this is like a test. I might not even finish this series, but hey, I have no more school now, so I'm definitely gonna record a lot and post a lot. Like expect daily uploads. All right. Sorry I didn't post for like the 2 days, but hey, that's not that bad. I assume you guys were like entertained by other What If YouTubers. Hopefully, I guess. But other than that, peace out.